Hello, and welcome to the Purpose of Closure. And I am your host, Cassandra Brand. Now, I want you to be a little bit patient with me today. I'm so excited and looking forward to some of the shout outs that I have and links I've sent out to join me on this fantastic reading on Chapter 8, Volume 2 of my book, The Purpose of Closure. And we are going to have a discussion about it. Okay. So if you want to come up on a panel, just click on that link that's in the comments session. And you can come up. You don't have to show your face. Just advocate and use your voice. Because this is going to be a very interesting topic today. Okay. So we're going to wait till a few people come on in. And I'll get the book ready to read. All right, now we're doing a countdown for the Purpose of My Closure book. Author Cassandra Brand, aka Miss Alexis. Now I do have the Cash App screen up because I like for you to help to support this channel so I can put more energy and time and don't have to be stressed about other things that be in the back of my mind. So if you just click on that link that's in the comment section, then you can come on up and then you can participate or interact while I'm doing the reading. I'm quite sure you're going to find yourself in this book. We have another author that's coming in tonight. It's Kane. And I'm very interested in what she has to say because she just published her book as well. And I just learned a little new skill, put some background music in, so make it a little hype, feel a vibe. Put a comment down below if you like it, if you feel a vibe. If you have another suggestion for some music, put that in the comment as well, okay? As long as there's no profanity in it. Doing a countdown. Are you ready? All right now. Now that picture is Dad and I. I'm just a yellow version of him, I guess, right? I just want to put something natural. I just turned 59, August the 11th. So I don't want to put no picture up there when I was 20, 30, 40, not even 50. Because I'm 59 going on 60. And I am so grateful and feel blessed. Now we're going to be reading from Volume 2, The Purpose of My Closure. And we're going to read the special dedication, and then we're going to go to where I left off at, which is chapter 8. Now, if you go back into my playlist, you'll see chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's going to be nothing like chapter 8. I have very great expectations. You know, it's easy to get online and talk about anybody else, but very difficult to talk about yourself and your truth. Yes, especially when you're a truth teller. People don't like you because you're a truth teller. Shout out to Unbreakable Woman, Nina. She said exactly what I felt. I couldn't say it any better. All right now. We're going to do this countdown. Just give it a few more minutes, and then we're going to start. Oh, I'm doing well. Great recovery, walking better. Vision is better. Okay. So let's start off with the special dedication. This book was dedicated, special dedication. Is anyone in the chat need some assistance? All right, so let's get it on now. Let's get it on. The special dedication of this book. All right, so let's get it on now. Let's get it on. Special dedication of this book. All right, so let's get it on now. Let's get it on. Okay, y'all, I'm having technical difficulties. I think someone has their mic on, and there's a picture. Just put your phone on mute. Okay, there we go. All right, now let's try this one more time. Let's see here. All right, let's try this one more time. Okay, testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. You can't give up. All right now, you can't give up. You can't give up. You gotta keep going. All right, and thank you for the 2 viewers that are in the room for hanging in there with me with your patience. And I want to start off and don't waste anyone's time. I'm just grateful that you come in and join in with me. We did the countdown and we did the background, the music. So we're going to get into the special dedication, okay, about the book. Now, this book is not just for Christians. This book is for the young ladies laying on their backs right now. This book is for the wannabe pimps who thinks they have it going on. And this book is for the dope pushers who have poisoned our communities. This book is for the ministers who has seduced our purity. This book is for the corporate men and women who think no one knows or understands their secret fetish. This book is for the perverts living next door. This book is for the tricks, Johns, and sugar daddies, the females and males who have identity gender issues. This book is for the freaks to become freaked and the freaked to be freaks. You ask, what is a freak? Am I in this book? If you weren't, you wouldn't have read or listened this far. This book is for the rich and the poor, the saved and unsaved, and backsliders. This book is for the users, accusers, mentally unsaved, and backsliders. This book is for the user, accusers, mentally, emotionally, and physically abusers. Whoever you choose to classify yourself, you will find yourself in this book. And everyone who was lost now can be found. This book is to bring new life to a diverse of all people. It's a very powerful book. Very powerful book. And it's relevant to what's going on today. A lot of people have no understanding what's going on today or why it's going on. But it's going on, and we have got to get ourselves together. Not become one accord with everybody else, but to become one accord within ourselves and our relationship with God. Now, I'm going to put a little, thank you. If you can just put a little mark in the comment section where you're from, so I know that it's reaching people, because this was a vision that was given to me a long time ago. I had a vision. I was on this platform. It was a whole bunch of people, with so many people, I couldn't even see past the people. And they was reaching up to the platform. And it always stuck with my mind. I knew I had a message to share, but I didn't know how I was going to be able to do it. So I wrote my books. So before I get off on that, I just really want to excuse the background noise. I got a new mic. It's very, very sensitive. It just kicks up everything. But thank God for the background audio where you can hear me clearly. So before I go any further, we're going to put a little background music, and then we're going to get into the acknowledgments. But the special dedication for the young girls laying on their back right now, that's some little girls that are crawling up them poles, be all on these escort service online. You don't even got to walk the street no more. You can text. Matter of fact, they have them where you can drive up. And I have my own conspiracy, but I don't want to get off track as far as this Hollywood stuff that's going on. It ain't nothing new. It's been going on for a long time. It's just starting to get exposed. If you have something to say or an opinion, please say so. Oh, I see we have two comments. Let's see here. Oh, welcome, Miss Lynetta. Welcome, Miss Lynetta. Okay. Now let's see how we're gonna bring. Okay, now you know I'm new to this. I want to bring Miss Lynetta up. How am I going to do that? All right. Because I really want to hear her interaction because she just wrote a book and it's out. I'm back waiting. Okay. Let's see here. Does anyone know how to pull a person up? Oh, here we go. Okay, we got that. Oh, you're so beautiful.
All right, Cassandra, I'm in there with you now.
I see you, pretty girl. Pretty lady, not girl. All right. So, did you hear the introductory of the special dedication?
I did, I did, and Miss Linda is on also.
Well, first, I want to welcome you as another author because it takes a lot. People don't understand it takes a lot to write about yourself. People can write an article about every Tom, Ding Ding, and Harry, but when it comes to really talk about the truth about yourself, I want to congratulate you for your accomplishment. And I really, really believe that God is going to give you great success.
Thank you.
Okay. Um, Now, it's up to you if you would like to get right into the reading of the eighth chapter, which is, those my pages turning because I got this new mic. It's very sensitive. And it's about the transition of the family. But before we go on it further, what's your back feed? What's your feedback on the young ladies laying on their back right now, and the perverts that's living next door, and the corporate men and women who they think no one understands and know about their fetishes? What's your feedback on that?
I, I have to think about it.
Okay. Well, see, that's what happens. A lot of people know and see things that be happening, but they don't speak on or advocate about it. And in the world, we say you think long, you think wrong. Not saying what you're thinking is wrong, but I know that you have a powerful story yourself. So I don't want to throw you underneath the bus because we have great long conversations, and you have been an inspiration to me as well. And I thank you for showing up and participating. And anytime you have something that you want to say, just come on in and speak your piece. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna start from. Thank you, God. I'm gonna start over. First, I would like to thank all my fans for the support and overlooking all the mistakes, spellings, and phrases made in my first volume. I must share with you the feelings and thoughts I experienced while writing my first book. And the reason why I'm saying is I'm not making no excuse, I'm being very transparent. When I first started writing my book, I wrote it with an eighth grade education. I did not cross every T or dot every I. I just wrote to see people, to get people to see what I saw out the eyes of a child. I was not this big corporate woman that, had all this education. I didn't get my high school diploma until I was 51, and I just turned 59 August the 11th. And that's how I wrote my book. So I encourage anyone that has a story to tell your story out the eyes and the visions of what you experienced and what you saw and what you felt, because no one can tell your story like you. Amen. So the purpose of writing a book was to begin the process of closure in my life, to help find myself again. Begin with the root of my pain by writing in the eyes of a child. The first 5 years of a child's life is vitally important during the process, and several unanswered questions. I'm not sure you did too. I'm not sure you did too. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but I was writing out of the eyes of a child. And I'm not ashamed. Matter of fact, when I give you the rest of the story, it's going to touch your heart. And those who have ears, let them hear what the Spirit of the Lord is saying. So, what I did this time was I made notes and thoughts answering emotional responses and revealed some episodes with scriptures to help you relate better and realize that you are not alone. This is volume two. Volume one is the beginning. So this is volume two, but we're going to start at chapter 8 from where I left off on YouTube. So you have to follow in sequences and volumes to get the full understanding, because the vision that I was given was 12 volumes, 12 tribes, 12 disciples. And if anyone understand what I'm saying on that, then please comment below. Now, emotional response and sealed some episodes with scriptures to help relate better and realize what that you are not alone. I am very candid in my writing. And some of you find it offensive. The truth hurts, but it will also set you free. It did for me. A lot of times people don't like the truth. I was sharing today because I hear people don't like you, people don't like you. And I realized why they really don't like me. Because I'm a truth teller. People will believe a lie before they believe a truth. That's shame, ain't it? So let's get a little bit of vibe in the background as we, um, as YouTube said, go down this rabbit hole. But I said, until we reveal the truth. Miss Lynetta, you have any input so far?
No, I'm listening and enjoying everything you're saying. You're
Oh, you're
doing a
so
good job.
precious. You my support. I'm gonna
Thank
give
you.
y'all. I'm gonna give y'all testimony about Miss
You as
Lynette.
well.
We gonna. I'm gonna tell y'all my testimony about Miss Lynette. Okay, because I'm very funny about even opening up to people. Because before God use you and allow people to abuse you, He'll set you aside, and you'll feel alone. But it's a good thing. He is the best person to be alone with. We'll play a little bit of music as I continue to read. Okay, y'all. So as I was saying, I had answered some questions from volume one and noted some answers with intervention. So please keep an open mind. I'm not looking for any sympathy or kudos. My objective goal is focused on healing myself and the characters in my book as well. And they know who they are. When people read your book, they don't know who they are. You can change your name, but the game still stays the same. Now, since the first volume, folks have been dropping away from me like flies in fear of me exposing them for capital gain. This is not my intention. I can only tell my story for God's glory. Because I want to let y'all know I've been a mom since I was 10 years old. Can you imagine a 10-year-old being on her own, sleeping in hotel lobbies, going in and out of juvenile homes and orphan homes? Yeah, that was me. This book is an intervention from the first book, The Purpose of My Closure, How It Began, volume number one. As I said before, I've already did volume number one, but this is a spin-off because when I first, as I said, I had no education. I wrote it with an 8th grade education. And I got this company to publish my book. They sold my book all over the country, and I never got a dime. I looked online, I saw how many was sold. I was like, where's the money? Oh, well, you got to sell so many in order to even get a check. And when I gave them the book, only thing they did was just copy and paste everything I wrote and put in the book. They sold it all over the country. I'm not ashamed. Everybody thought, oh, shoot, you know the game. You so smart. You know everything. You got it together. No, I didn't. Get your education. At least basic. It'll take you much further. Now, my name is Cassandra Brand. I was born on August 11, 1965 in Buffalo, New York. I was 43 years old, single, with 4 children, 3 girls and a boy, Marcia, Monet, Inez, and Evan. I have 2 grandchildren by my oldest daughter when I began writing this book. And if you really want to know, my grandson is in the military now. He's 22. My youngest grandson is 16. My oldest daughter is 41, and the second oldest is 40. My son 33, and my youngest girl is 26. And I got a granddaughter. So I ain't new to this game. I'm true to this game. Life is a continuation, never a graduation. Don't stop, never give up. Be patient. I just put that part in there. Now, today, as I'm writing volume 2, I'm 48 years old, married in 2009, divorced for 2 years, relocated twice from Texas and North Carolina. See, that's why you got to have closure. You'll go back and forth, relationships, locations, as long as you don't give up. Keep your eye on the goal. I'm just talking about the book. But when I start reading, I'm reading from the book. But I'm giving you some intervention of things that I've learned since I've written this book. This is 2024 now. I gave birth to my first child at the age of 16 by a man who was 26 years older. I was 15. He was 41 years old. When I first started dating, he was ranked as a godfather from the east side in Buffalo, New York. He was murdered in 1991. I'll never forget the disturbing phone call when I received from my daughter, Marcel, who was only 7 years old at the time. She said, "Mommy, someone shot my daddy." Marcel was in the house when it happened. And 1 hour later, she called to tell me her father was dead. This is a 7-year-old child doing this. I was in Linden, New Jersey, sitting at my desk in total shock. I will share more information about him later in this book. Evan's dad, who was my son's father's dad, was extremely dangerous gangster, not only to me, nor the public, but to himself. He ended up in federal prison serving 20 years for continuing criminal enterprise, serving 18 and a half years in prison. Less than 2 years later, he was back in prison for violation of parole. That's why I said he's a danger to himself. See, some people, they so, I'm intervention now. Some prisoners are so dangerous to themselves that they become a menace to society. He used to always call me and tell me, "Lex, I'm finna go sit down for a while." I said, "Oh, you going home when you're coming back out on vacation? Because when you come out here, you be out on vacation." You're institutionalized. He was a very kind person to everybody else besides himself. Love yourself, my dear people. Love yourself first. I used to always think it was selfish, loving myself or self-care, but it's not. Because how can you love someone else unconditionally and you don't even have love for yourself under any conditions? Welcome, people. We have a couple of people in. I don't want to just miss it. I'm really into the book because I really want to get this word out. Now, I have 2 older sisters and 1 brother, Mary, Tanya, and Roy, who became drug addicts involved in prostitution, gangs, and all kinds of criminal behavior. They're in their 70s now. They've come a long way. They still got a long way to go. It's intervention. I thank God for a praying mother as of today. They have made better choices in life. Both sisters are working and pursuing education, and my brother became a Barber of the Year, the same community in Buffalo, New York, where he gangbanged in. I'll say the first should be the last, and the last should be the first. Mama said life is a continuation, never graduation. And Daddy said keep living, more be revealed. Anyone got anything to say about that one? I thank God for a prayer, one, my mother. I really do. She has been my rock. My mother has previously married with 2 children before she married my father. My parents met in 1958. They married in 1962. Mama was 21 and Daddy was 20. I guess she was considered as a cougar, huh? But Daddy was 20. Black Americans had no civil rights during this time. They both were from Alabama. Mama was from Mobile, and she was raised on a farm with 14 kids, 9 sisters and 5 brothers. I remember her telling me when she was a little girl how she worked on the farm, catching and wringing the chicken necks. I guess that's where the countryside of me came from. A lot of people feel like, oh, you're a city girl. Actually, I'm more country than I am city. Because if I was city, I don't think I would have made it this far. Just something about country versus city. Now, I made a note here, July 2012. I took my mother on a 30-day vacation. Drove from Dallas, Texas to Buffalo, New York to pick my mom up. And from there, we stopped in the Poconos in Atlanta, Georgia. And for our family reunion on mom's side, it's been years since I have attended a family reunion. It just wasn't the same. I enjoy seeing the elders who are left, but appointed, witnessing our generation slowly drifting away. Now I'm going to reiterate on that. We have always had our family reunion since I was a child. July 4th, Cargo Park, Buffalo, New York. Never missed a reunion. Now this particular trip was in Atlanta. God rest my uncle Benny Soul. He would call everybody every year, begging everybody to come to the family reunion. When was the last time you had a family reunion? When was the last time you've been to a family reunion? Got to stay connected, and you must have forgiveness. You can't blame anyone for what you're going through, because we have the choices to make, but we don't choose who our family is. That was just an extra note in their intervention. But I just watched our family, because our family originally started Buffalo Chicken Wings in the 1950s. The inauguration was announced in 2013. If you have any questions, Google it. John Young, who was my mother's brother, originally started. Paul Young, who died back in May. He kept it going, and my mother was always a foundation. She didn't stop working until she was 80. She was opening up that restaurant and rattling them pots and pans. Check out the fan page. for the Taste of Soul on my Facebook. If you have any questions and inquiries, feel free. But know that, and I'm very proud, my family is a legend. Buffalo chicken wings. Italians don't eat chicken wings, they eat pasta. But my Uncle John was friends with Italian in New York at the Edinburgh. That's just for future reference. So it's been years since I've attended a family reunion. It just wasn't the same. Enjoy seeing elders who are left, but disappointed witnessing a generation slowly drifting away. Then we drove to visit my mom's hometown, Mobile, Alabama. It was priceless to see the look on my mother's face. First, we stopped by to visit home family and friends she grew up with. Then we went by where all her friends, it was just amazing. I'm visualizing it right now in my mind. Because I think my mother was in her late 70s doing this, because she's 88 now. And not to get off the subject, and we was riding in Alabama. I thought I was going to take her back to where she could remember, because she took me to her school and everything. But we passed by this wooded field. And I said, Mama, where the house you grew up? And she said, we passed by it already. It was wooded, trees. And it broke my heart. I don't know the history about it, so I'm not going to speak on it. But when you have family, history, property, do all you can to keep it. And I understand when it comes to different siblings, because I'm dealing with the same thing right now, it can become a hot mess. But if you always continue to do the right thing will always come to you. As I said, I asked my mom where she used to live, and she answered, we just passed. Actually, I was lost for words because there was nothing there anymore but trees. I noticed she never turned her head or looked back. She just remained quiet. Our next step was the school she attended. She got out the car, stared at the little school house with memories in her eyes. My mom only completed school through 10th grade. Never completed high school either, because she left Alabama. You know how the Mexicans migrate? Well, my family, they migrated from the south to the north and opened up a chicken wing business. And that's how they started the Buffalo chicken wings. My uncle used to save all the coins in a jar. He saved $10,000 in change to use as a down payment to move our grandmother, his mother, into our house, to buy our house. What happened to our generation? Why they don't do, they feel like they gotta sell drugs or sell booty to help your parents. Don't you realize that they don't do nothing but add generational curses? Let's see here, we have a comment. I want to give a shout out to Miss Lynette who came in. And hello to my father's daughter. I was so into the book. I apologize for not reading, paying attention. Oh, she said loud noises. Okay, well, you know what, my good people? I thank you all for coming in, and we will definitely pick up from where we left off at. Thank you for your patience and your time. And we will start again. You have a very blessed and productive day. Good night and ciao.